Board. Hi, Miss Ann. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good, good. My name is Abby Johnson. I'm going to be your therapist for the day during this session, okay?
Hi, Abby.
So I was just wondering what brought you into our session today.
Well, I have a little problems, I would say, lately, and I feel very depressed and kind of anxious.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel I should be talking to somebody and try to see if someone can help me.
Okay, okay. You're in the right place, and we'll try to work together as a team to accomplish this, okay?
Yeah.
So before we start, I would just kind of like to let you know that this session is going to be about 15, 20 minutes, give or take. And it's pretty much you and I working together to accomplish what the best interest for you, okay? And
Mm.
then also, I just wanted to let you know that from a professional board and um, our interest is, like I said prior, is ultimately your best interest at hand, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so tell me a little bit more about what's going on with you. I understand you're having some difficulty with sleeping and some irritability issues.
Yeah, I do feel very anxious at night, and I do have a hard time kind of fall asleep. Just kind of thinking about everything, what's going on. I'm just stressed out, I guess. So that's why I can't fall asleep. And um, even if I do, I just keep kind of waking up and
Okay.
just feeling stressed overall, and kind of
So
like, yeah.
when you do wake up during the night, because if you're feeling anxious, you said it correct. What
Hmm.
are you thinking or what's going through your head?
It's usually that I worry about things, kind of like what's going on, and things that I need to do, and if I'm going to be able to finish everything, and what's going to happen. And then I keep thinking about everything, and just kind of like I feel caught up in the same thought over and over again. I just feel I can't get out of it. And the more I think about some stuff, the more I get anxious, and I feel my heart is pounding, and
Okay.
I can't get myself calmed down. Sometimes I get up, I go watch TV in the middle of the night just to kind of stop thinking about that and try
Okay.
to make myself to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. So how's school going?
Well, it's kind of like it's okay for now, but it's just stressing me a lot because it's a lot of work that I
Okay.
have to do, and I have to accomplish a lot. And it's just feeling like overwhelmed overall. And
I
I'm thinking if I can do all of this, and how am I going to do all of this?
Okay. I can definitely understand your frustration. I remember being in college myself and the frustration of being of college. So is this your first time being in college or away from home?
Yeah, it is. It is. Maybe that's one of the things too that it's bothering me, that
Okay.
I'm away from, just making me nervous that I'm not with my family. And it just kind of like it's hard. Overall, everything, you have responsibility or do your things, and you have responsibility to finish classes and accomplish that. That's what is my job right now, right? And it just
Okay.
kind of making me kind of like nervous that um sometimes I feel lonely, and sometimes I feel kind of like nobody understands me.
That must be
But I
very
know that that's really kind of impossible because there's so many other students. That's impossible that nobody's cannot understand me. But just sometimes that crossed my mind.
so that must be very difficult for you going through that change without your family being around. That what I'm hearing,
Definitely.
that's what I'm hearing from you.
Right. It's kind of like I never been away from them, and it's all new life that I am facing, and my all new responsibilities that I'm doing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And beside all of that, I have school and I just feel I'm gonna fail.
Okay.
I'm just so scared that I'm gonna fail, and I'm scared that I'm not gonna be able to accomplish what my parents are expecting from me.
So is your parents have high goals and expectation of you, it sounds like?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I can
Mm,
notice just even talking to you right now, you look very nervous and anxious. How are
yes.
you feeling right now?
Well, I kind of feel, I would say I feel, very sad thinking
Mhm.
about that I have to go through this, and kind of like I have to go through this by myself. I
Okay.
don't have anybody, and I feel sometimes I try to talk to myself and say, hey, this is not only you, there's so many other students going through the same thing as I do. And,
Correct.
you know, but then sometimes you have moments like this when you feel so sad and overwhelmed and thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to go through all of this? So
Okay. Has there
that's,
been any other difficult situation in your life within the last couple months?
no, I think, that would be it. Pretty much my life right now is just a school and, going all the classes and do everything, do all the homeworks, and there's so many things there, do it this day, do it that day, and kind of like just that's my focus. I don't really have anything else. That's my
Okay.
biggest problem.
And when did you started noticing all of this difficulty sleeping and changing your behavior?
I would say something like that, like a couple months ago, um, when I had that high anxiety started,
Hmm.
starting school and then trying to figure out all of that. It's just not easy. A lot of emotions are going through, and nervousness, and kind of like not knowing what's coming and not knowing what's going to happen, and new place, new everything, new life.
Yeah.
And besides all of that, you have so many responsibilities and obligations to do regarding school, so it's definitely hard.
I totally agree. That's definitely a difficult
Mhm.
situation to move away from your family, being in a new school setting, having to interact and move with new people. It can be a very difficult thing on a person.
Mhm.
I totally agree with you. So, have you ever seek counseling before?
No, I didn't, because I feel like I was not like in situation like this before. I
Hmm.
didn't really have to. I didn't feel that I have a need for it, so I didn't really.
You're tired. I see you're very tired. Did you
Yes,
have a test or something
I,
recently,
I
yesterday?
just have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of papers that they're due, and I have a lot of homework that it's due this week. So I feel I just have no time to catch up. And also at night, I have a hard time sleeping. So I just feel I'm just tired all the time.
Okay. Have you communicated with some of the other students in your class or interacted with them?
Yeah, I did. I did talk to them, and pretty much they all go through the same thing as I do. Somebody goes a little less, extend than me, but we all same share worry, anxiety.
Okay. And have you tried to do like a peer group or interact with people to be able to have time for yourself?
I did have like a study groups that I attend to kind of like spend some time with them and try to go through some homeworks and the group projects together, and at the same time spend some time with them.
Okay. Okay. Um, and how did that turn out?
It was okay. It was okay. I wish actually we had a little more time to enjoy rather than being stressed out. Oh my God, I need to go home, finish this. I need to go home, finish that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but not really so much time.
So, what are some of the fun activities you like to do or you find yourself doing?
Well, I like to kind of hang out with friends. Sometimes you go to bars, so, but most of the time, what I like to do, like now that it's, it's almost end of the summer, but what I like to do is kind of like sitting outside somewhere
Hmm.
and just to talk and hang out to people and go and eat something, go somewhere and go watch movie,
Okay.
this kind
Okay.
of stuff. hmm
Okay. And so, how many classes are you currently taking?
I'm taking 4 classes right now,
Oh, okay. And
and that's a lot.
I was about to say, how do you feel about taking those 4 classes?
Well, it's actually a lot. Maybe I got registered for way too many classes. Maybe I just didn't think through. I thought I'm going to be able to do that. But
Now, I had talked to your counselor. They had recommended that you talk to me also. So, how do you feel about that?
well, I'm okay with that because they are obviously trying to help me. And I did talk to counselor too. They said, this is a maximum amount of hours that you can take, but it is very hard. And they were asking me like, do you have a job? Like, do you have other activities? I said, I don't. This is my only focus. And then they said, well, yeah, then it's possible to do it if you don't have a job and if the school is your only work.
So, do you work other places?
No, I don't.
Okay, okay. Now, tell me, is there any examples within the last month? Have there been any situations that have happened that made you anxious or nervous or scared?
Nothing particular, like one event or so. It's just more, I would say, that underlying anxiety and distress overall, thinking about like, how am I going to be able to accomplish everything now that I told my parents that I'm taking this many classes? Can I successfully finish them?
Is your
And
parents
so
supportive?
they're trying to calm me down. They're trying to say, it is what it is. You do best you can. We don't want you to get stressed out too much. Um, I think I'm more expecting for myself than my parents expect from me.
Okay, in what way?
But kind of like, I think that, I usually think I can do more. I expect I think I put high expectations for myself. Like I would be able to do all of this. And it's not a first time that I have all of these classes. Maybe sometimes I just overlook some things in my abilities, what I'm doing, and if I am actually able to do it. And
Okay,
then I put the burden on myself
okay.
saying, then,
Hmm.
what if I fail? I'm a failure.
So, what if you like you said you think you if you what if you feel or if you feel what happens if you do feel how would you feel?
I would probably be very depressed even more because I would feel kind of ashamed because my people around me, they will ask me, so how'd you finish this class?
Hmm.
Do it? Did you get an A? And then I actually say, no, I didn't get an A. I failed my class.
Oh, so
Like I got D or whatever.
how does that make you feel?
Um, I just don't even want to think about that because it makes me like so anxious and sad and devastated, kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I was just thinking maybe too much about myself that I'm able to do it.
So imagine you in a like you have a magical wand. What makes you happy?
Well, finish classes, right?
True, true, true.
Oh, right. Well, we finished classes, and an ideal situation will be to get an A from all of them and maintain my good GPA that I do have, and um, kind of like, I don't know. That's my goal.
So it sounds like you strive to succeed Have it always been your pattern or in high school and growing up to be on top of your class or on top of things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
can.
always have I always have kind of like goals that I achieve, and, you know, high expectations that I put on myself first.
Okay.
My parents was always, they were happy with me no matter what, but it's just that it's me that I put in all of that.
Okay.
Kind of like competition with other students.
So do you have any siblings?
I don't. I'm the only child.
Okay, so yeah, I can see where you feel like the expectation is high on
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Mm.
I'm just curious, how would you expect this counseling session, or what would you expect from this counseling session?
Maybe just kind of like I don't know, just to work through, and maybe it will just make me a little bit less anxious and make me just alleviate some of this anxiety and talk through my problem that I have. I'm just hoping that it will get better.
Well, I do believe it will get better, and you are definitely in the right place for us to talk about some of what's going on with you and how we as a team can work together to make sure we overcome some of the obstacles and situations you're dealing with. Okay.
Hmm. Yep.
Now, uh, do you have any relationship outside of school or in the community?
Um, Not really. I just sometimes hang out like during the school hours when I have lectures or so. I hang out with some of my classmates and we talk about the school and stuff that we need to do. And sometimes there are some happenings on the campus that I go and I attend. I go kind of like there's sometimes concerts or something like that. So I will go. Yeah.
And how do you enjoy that concert? You
I
seem
like it. I think after that, when I come to my apartment, my dorm, and I feel a little bit better. At least I didn't think about my problems and my things for a little bit.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay, okay. So, my goal for this session is to be able to get you to a place how to better be able to deal with your anxiety or to deal with some of the stresses of school. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
during the next session, I would like for you to kind of do me a task, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for you to take some time out of your busy schedule to find time to relax.
Mm-hmm.
Shockingly, right? Uh,
Right.
try your best to kind of have like a support system and just take time for you and how to deal with you and
Mm-hmm.
learning to prioritize what's important in your life. Okay. And then
Right.
also treat yourself and
Right.
focus on what's motivational for you and what are some positive aspects of your life. Okay.
Right.
Do you think is that possible that we
Yeah,
can be able to do that?
definitely.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So our session today was very interesting and great, and I learned a lot about you, and I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you taking the time to talk to
Sure.
me today. Okay,
Sure. Thank
and
you.
I will see you next session. And you have a wonderful school week.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, you have a good day.
You too. So basically, I just figured it out. Don't stop the recording. I just figured out. I think we have to have Abby the same video so I can review the whole thing. You as a therapist and me
Okay.
as a student. So we'll just continue. How long have you been doing it?
I'm not even sure.
Like I would say maybe like 25 minutes.
Okay.
You think something like that? Now it's
Yeah, I'm
7:40.
thinking something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, we can go ahead and start with me now.
Okay. Let me know whenever you're ready.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. And you?
Okay, my name is Aldiana, and I'm going to be your therapist today.
Hi, Miss Eldiana.
Good. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Hi.
So, tell me what brought you in today? What's going on?
My counselor recommend that I come in because I've been having difficulty sleeping and a little bit moody and irritable throughout the last couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she gradually noticed it over time and felt like something else is going on with me and that I should come and talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So, is this your first time ever attending session like this and having a
Um,
therapy?
in the school, yes, but when I was younger,
Mhm.
I had to attend a therapy session.
Okay. Um, so, since you mentioned that, can you tell me why? What was the reason that you had a therapy at that time? And when was that? When?
That was when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend passed away in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I was having some difficult times during my school.
Mm.
And so I'm sorry,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's a hard,
Yeah.
yeah. So my parents recommended that I get some help to deal with
Mm-hmm.
the situation. But I've been doing pretty good within the last couple of years. Within the last couple of years.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Losing someone that you like, that you were close to, is very, very hard, and it needs time to process through that grieving time. And um, I'm glad actually that you did go to therapy.
Yeah, I'm glad
Did
I
it
went.
help at that time?
I'm sorry.
Did it help at that time?
Yeah, it did. It helped a lot, and I got to understand that things were not my fault during that time because part of me had blamed myself for her death. But
Mhm.
yeah, so I'm glad I went. I mean, I'm over it. I mean, I do miss her because that was my best friend. But at the end of the day, I am very happy that I took advantage of that
Good.
opportunity.
Well, I'm glad you did, because I think it's very helpful. So basically, we're going to go ahead and go back, kind of focus on why you're here at this time,
Okay.
since the counselor sent you over. Um, so basically, you do kind of know how the therapies are look like, right? That therapists talk to you through. My responsibility is to give you some guidance, how to find the resources and help yourself.
Okay.
And we're going to work on that. And what is your expectations for this time from these
Um,
therapies?
I guess I expect to on how to figure out what's really going on, how to
Hmm.
deal with it, and what are some outcomes, what are some things some learning, some ways I can be able to cope with school
Hmm.
and everything that's going
Okay. Okay. So you said that these problems that you started having, it's mainly irritability and inability to sleep, to have a good sleep. Um, so you said it started a couple of months ago. What
Yeah,
is?
a couple months
Tell me
ago,
about it.
my teachers, like some of my teachers noticed I was sleeping in class because I would like at nighttime, I was up all night and I couldn't focus. I wasn't thinking. I was just kind of frustrated, a little
Hmm.
depressed, just everything with school and
Yeah.
everything. And so I would stay up all night, and then during the daytime I was sleeping in class. So they approached me, and I think I went off on one of the teachers. It wasn't intentional, but
I understand. Yeah. And basically, that was probably because you were not well rested. You were not. And that you were not able to sleep, and that's what happened.
I'm sorry.
That you basically, you were not well rested, you were tired, and kind of like probably you were stressed out and irritable, that it took a wrong place and time for you to kind of took off on teacher, and
Yeah,
you kind
yeah,
of,
pretty much.
yeah, okay. So what's causing all of these problems? Would you say it's school? That's my
It's a lot with
understanding.
school and just moving here. Um, I just recently moved, came down for college, and I have a lot with schoolwork, and then I have to work. It's been a lot of responsibility, just a lot on me overall between school, work,
Mm,
and being here by myself. I don't have anybody with me, so it's been really frustrating.
right. So you are here on a college first time away from your family?
Yeah, yeah.
That's additional stress. I
It is.
understand
That's
that.
been
Yeah.
very difficult. I miss my mom. I miss my
Mhm.
dad. I miss
Yes.
all my friends back home.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's been really stressful. And I haven't really met that many people. Just few of the kids in my class and
Mhm.
on my roommate in my dorm.
Yeah.
She and I are really have gotten really close, but that's about it. But she's busy too, and she's stressed out with school. So
I
pretty much
understand.
everybody is stressed out. So we don't have time to really hang out like that.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I understand. I've been away from my home myself, and I understand it's additional stress, like you said, that adds on to all other things. So tell me about a school. Do you have a lot things to do? Is there a lot of homework, and is that what
Yeah,
giving you stress?
I'm just coming from writing of like 3 papers within the last day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm in school full time. I'm taking about 6 classes on
Mm-hmm.
top of me trying to work part time on the weekends.
Oh wow, yeah.
Uh, so it's been overall a lot. All I do is study, 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 and
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get really burned out and not not able to focus and
Mm-hmm.
not sleeping. So it's just becoming overwhelming to at this time.
Right. So you are not able even to go anywhere to do any fun for yourself, right? Do you
I
do
haven't
any
been able
fun?
to lately because I had to study for two exams that I had 2 weeks, couple days to go, um, and then I had my papers that I had to write. So I haven't really done anything or any activity lately because I've
Mhm,
just been busy doing that stuff, studying and working.
mhm. So when you go to bed at night, when you try to go to sleep, is it something that it's going through your mind that you can't fall asleep, or what's going on? Tell me a little bit about that.
Um, just being here with school, with work, trying making sure that I pass all my tests, and because I'm on a scholarship, so I have to make sure that I make all my grades to be able to continue with my scholarship. Because if I
Mhm,
don't, then I could lose my scholarship. So that's been really stressful itself. So that's why I want to make sure. That's why I've been trying to study a lot and put all my attention to my studies so I don't fail my classes. And also, my parents are going to be very disappointed if I fail my classes because they had to go through a lot just for me to come to school.
I
So I
see.
wanted, yeah. So that's why it's been a lot. Like my dad called me every day and was like, "I hope you're not doing messing around with any college boys. I hope you're
Mhm,
not drinking over there." And so I'm like, "No, dad, no, dad." But I
I
know
see.
he knows he taught me well, but he's also know how college life is, so he's afraid of me losing my scholarship as well.
Yes, yes, that is additional stress on you, definitely. Scholarship is additional thing that it's add on to everything, and um, just for you to be able to even pass through the classes, you now have to think about on top of everything to actually maintain your good grades, and being able to hold on to that scholarship. That is really really hard. I see now that really is for you, this is a good place for you to come and talk a little bit more about all of this.
Yeah, I think so
Now,
too.
I'm going to ask you about, did you experience any of some situations like this before, in terms of having that high anxieties, maybe depression symptoms? Have you ever experienced like that before?
Yeah, I did when my friend had died in high school.
Right.
Actually, I was even to the point of like cutting myself. So,
Oh,
so yeah.
have you ever been on any medications?
I was before, but after tried to put me on one before, but I think they did it for like a couple months. Then they're like, okay, let's try therapy. My parents was like, no, I'd rather her just do the therapy sessions, and we
Mhm.
did the therapy sessions, and they took me off the meds.
Okay. Well, we need to watch for that, right? It's therapies are here definitely to help you, but sometimes depends on the case, depends on the situation. Therapies goes hand in hand, in helping a patient. Also, if with medications and therapies goes hand in hand. That's what I wanted to say, to help patient to not to go in a further issues with anxiety and depression, and we don't want you to get yourself in situation that you try to harm yourself.
Definitely,
That's really
I agree.
that's a big deal. We don't want
Yeah,
that.
I'm not really thinking about that.
Do you feel or think about anything like that to do now?
No, no, I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm just
Mhm.
ultimately, I have a goal for myself, and I
Mhm.
want to make sure I have a good future.
Right.
So, so my ultimate goal is to succeed and become better as a better in my job and have good future. Hopefully, one day get married and have kids.
Right.
So I'm not thinking about that at all.
Very good. Very good. I'm proud of you. That's really good strategy to think about that. Now, regarding your schoolwork and everything, do you um, do you stay organized? How's your organizational skills in terms of doing your work on time and submitting your work on time? Um, do you have work that it's overdue that could possibly contribute to even more to your anxiety? Do you do
I have
things
some
on time?
of my classes I do, but I try to stay on top of it. That's why I'm always pretty much don't do anything because
Right.
um, some of them, like two of my classes, I think I have a paper that was due yesterday, but then I had to finish the other paper. So
Hmm.
hopefully, once we get done, I can go and work on my papers.
Right. I hope so too that you will be able to caught up with everything. Because the reason why I'm asking is because you could add on some additional stress and anxiety thinking about, oh my gosh, I have to caught up on this, I have to send this, I have to do this paper. Um, so basically, you said you don't have too much time for yourself to go and do something fun. Um,
Hmm.
do you read books, like any other books besides school books? Do you watch
I
any
don't have
movies? Do you listen
time
to
to read any
music?
books.
Do you don't?
I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of listening to music. Um,
Okay.
I do listen to a lot of gospel and Christian music.
Mhm. Good.
So that kind of calms me down and keeps me grounded as well.
Very
But besides that, I don't really do anything else fun, and I don't read any extra book. I think I have a lot of school books to read.
I understand. Yes, I understand. You had enough. Now tell me about your work. What do? You work on weekends?
Yeah, I work part time at a waitressing job
Uh-huh. Okay.
on the
Do
weekend.
you like that? Do you enjoy doing that?
Yeah, I like it. I meet a lot of people, a lot of nice people, interesting people, and
Hmm.
I get it's a kind of like a way to get away from my books a little bit. So I like going there.
Right. Very good. That's something that basically gets you out of the current situation where you can a little bit forget about the school for a moment and have actually interaction with people and have some communication. That really helps. Just like you and I we're doing right now, it's basically communication therapy for you to just talk about the things that it's going on right now in your life. So uh, it's good that you do work and you are in a contact with other people and you're not all closed up by yourself. And sometimes that can also add on to anxiety and become even more depressed. And very good. um, so what do you think, what is your kind of goal for next, I would say, couple of weeks? How, let's call that short-term goal.
Just to be able to figure out how to organize myself when it comes to school,
Mhm.
and how to just cope, be able to better sleep,
Mhm.
to get a better sleep because I'm lacking a lot of sleep.
Yes, that was my basically next question that we need to talk about, called sleep hygiene, where you need to focus and you have to put the effort in that to have and maintain a good sleep.
Okay.
Everything comes from there. Once you're well rested, you would be able, how they say, take on the world. So um, your little homework
Mm-hmm.
will be for our next session. Before our next session will be, I want you to make a schedule that every night and same time you go to bed.
Okay.
So we can try to make a goal that is at 10 o'clock, but I want you to stop studying around 9 so you can actually have a time to, unwind until time when it's go to bed, so you can listen to music, whichever you like, um, take a shower or something like that, hot bath or something, to just to try to relax before you go to sleep.
Okay.
And try to go to sleep every night in the same time, and try to get up in the morning very early.
Okay.
6 or 7 o'clock, you need to be already up and going. That would be able to boost up your metabolism and get your energy going. But
Okay.
if you don't sleep all night, you're basically exhausting yourself to the point that you cannot function anymore.
Okay.
Sleep is very, very important, especially for you. All of that information throughout the day that you get at night, your brain during the sleep is able to file it and sort it in the right and correct place, so you're refreshed in the morning. Would you be able to do that and work on that?
I'll definitely try to work on it.
Okay. And maybe like have a cup of tea or something like that to try to calm you down.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And do some deep breathing and everything that is necessary to get you calmed down.
Okay.
All right. How'd you like this session? Do you think it's
Yeah,
okay?
I liked it. I had it was nice.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I'll see you next time.
See you
Thank you
next
so
time.
much. It was my pleasure to start talking to you and meeting you, and we'll continue next time.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.